I'm LP Master 6, and I hope that was not too loud for you because it sounds really awful when I peek the mic. Oh, welcome to my 71st Let's Play, Wario Blast, featuring Bomberman! And you know you have to be excited about it because it has the exclamation point in the title. Even though the last game I did on the channel, Mario's Early Years Preschool Fun, had an exclamation point, and that's a little misleading. That doesn't set a good standard for exclamation points. But anyway, we actually have a password system for the first time, I think, since Metroid on this channel. In case you've never seen me before, I'm LP Master 6, and I'm Let's Playing in release order every game in every series related to the original Super Smash Bros., thus far including the Mario series, the Donkey Kong series, the Legend of Zelda series, the Metroid series, the Yoshi series, the Kirby series, the Star Fox series, the Earthbound series, and the F-Zero series. Whew, now that we got the obnoxious introduction out of the way, there is no demo for this game, so we'll just listen to this nice Hudson Soft composer, who I don't remember the name of's, beautiful title screen music, because the soundtrack is pretty good. It's not like, oh my god, you've got to listen to the Wario Blast featuring Bomberman soundtrack, but it's pretty good. Let's get into it. This is, in Japan, this is known as Bomberman GB. I mean, it's basically the same game. It's just, this is Bomberman, but for the Game Boy, and it has Wario put in it. But we could be a Nintendo fan, or we can be a Bomberman fan, and which one do you think I am? This is the only Bomberman game I've ever played or owned, outside of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, if you want to consider that, because he's an assist trophy. But we are going to be playing as Wario, and we are going to be fighting the Mad Bombers. Mario Wiki was very specific in denoting that that is one word with the B lowercase. So, keep that in mind. And in case you're looking for very eloquent, sophisticated, good Bomberman gameplay, I will not be providing that because I am terrible at this game. I mean, I guess not terrible, but for any Bomberman fan standards, I'm sure I am very bad. Let's see, okay. What do I want to explain first? In Japan, this game was known as Bomberman GB. But I assume to sell more copies in the West, they slapped Wario onto it. It was originally going to be Mario, but they thought it was a little out of character for Mario to attack solely... That is a very good omen. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it's best 2 out of 3, so don't worry about it. You can see our time limit. I don't know what happens if you run out of time. Maybe there's a unique time up jingle. So hopefully we run out of time at some point. I wouldn't be that sad if we didn't. You can see how many enemies, and if we pause, it shows you the round, and it says pause. Which I guess is nice, if you don't have the music up. Because I guess that tells you the game probably isn't frozen? I don't know. I don't need to tell you the usefulness of a pause screen. I think the utility of a pause screen speaks for itself. But I really don't feel like explaining Bomberman gameplay. I'll go ahead and tell you that they eventually settled on Wario because it fit his character best, but Hudson Soft said that Nintendo sent them a list of Nintendo characters with actions they were allowed to do and weren't allowed to do. And they likened it to the process of using Disney characters in how strict it was. Which does not surprise me. It surprises me a little bit for 1994 standards, but finally we showed off what happens if you win! Oh wait, I don't know enough about Bomberman, but do they have noses and, like, mouths? They're robots, so can they cry? I get it's just for comedic effect, but he had the tissue. Love that animation. But the Mad Bombers are occasionally referred to in the Bomberman series as Black Bombermen. And I find it a little odd because the hero is referred to as the White Bomberman. I get that it's Japanese and race... I think isn't much of an issue over there, you know? Racism. But for my American standpoint, especially, it feels weird when the white is the good guy and the black is the bad guy. because I see people on a daily basis that either tell me or strongly hint to me that they think African Americans are lesser because I live in the South. I hope you're enjoying our nice frame number 9 up there, nice and flowery. I thought that was perfectly inappropriate for Wario Blast, featuring Bomberman. I guess I could tell you the plot of the game too. So, Wario, in his infinite search for treasure, stumbled across the portal into Bomberman's world, and now he is trying to loot it of all its treasure. And that's it. That's the plot. That is so satisfying. Trapping those guys down there. Whenever an enemy dies, they drop power-ups. And I forgot we have 2 enemies to worry about now. This skull... Oh, also you can bomb power-ups and destroy them, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because there's also a power down, that poison. I don't know why I did that. I guess that's... There, I proved it. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, the bomb power-up, the one closest to the bottom there, allows you to place more than one bomb at once. It stacks for each power-up you get. And the fire power-up, you know, the nice fireball with a happy face, this guy increases the range of your blast. Your Wario Blast. Which is something to watch out for. My strategy, since I'm not good at this at all, is when I see a bomb, I try to hide, but usually I don't notice and end up dying. Also, the AI kills themselves a lot, so you rely mostly on luck. So my strategy, or at least I rely mostly on luck because I'm not very good. I did do a little bit of study. Well, I can show this. This happens sometimes. A draw, which does nothing. It doesn't affect anything. You just get a redo, basically. Oh, he killed himself instantly. I was going to say I studied up a bit by watching the world record speedrun of the game. Sort of. I left the room a few times, and I forgot everything I learned by watching him. But, oh well, I sort of made an effort, so that's what counts. I was going to say, again, my strategy. I bomb as many blocks as I can in different places so I don't accidentally kill myself, and get as many power-ups as I can. And hopefully in the time it took me to bomb all those things and collect as many power-ups as possible, the AI will have all killed themselves by that point. And if not, then I guess I just have to hope for the best. I really don't have a strategy beyond that. I have practiced this game. I never explained the poison. It kind of confuses me. You're not able to place bombs, and you can kind of spread the poison. If somebody's flashing, which I don't know how that shows up on the footage here. It should be showing up perfectly fine. But you can't place bombs, and your movement speed is a lot slower. But I find the beginning of this game decently boring. Oh, and sometimes while you're poisoned, you can place bombs, but you move more slowly. I don't get it. I don't know, maybe it stacks. And if you touch somebody with 2 poisons, or get 2 poisons, then you... Oh! I almost walked into a bomb there, see? That's... Oh, God. Oh, God. There's a lot going on. It's very chaotic when there's 3 enemies. It's very scary. And, you know, I told you my strategy, but I almost never stick to that, and I just kind of do whatever my mind decides to do, whatever my brain thinks, let's do this button press. Then that's what I do. Kind of on autopilot, and that's why I've never beaten the game. This game has been in my Game Boy collection for, I don't want to say as long as I can remember, because that's not true. But it's one of those games that, you know, my mom would take me to a, like a what was it, family video, and she'd be like, okay, pick out one of those discount old games, and it, you know, would have to be for a system I owned, which, you know, I owned a Game Boy Advance SP, so it was perfect. I could play Game Boy games, and they were really old and cheap, because, you know, I was born in 1998, so this game was 4 years old by the time I was born, and about probably 10 years old by the time I got a Game Boy. No, by the time I got it, probably. But I thought, Wario Blast? Bomberman? I've heard of Bomberman. He sounds cool. And I was pretty disappointed. I mean, not to say that I didn't have fun screwing around with it, but Bomberman's not really my type of thing. That's not to say I'm not playing it and I'm not having a good time. It's just, I'm not good at it. It's too much like a puzzle game for my standards. I thought it was going to be kind of like even more action-y version of Wario Land or something. A Wario Land game. I didn't have the original Wario Land until not long before I Let's Played it. How many Bombermen have we... Mad Bombers, sorry, have we actually killed so far? Oh, we're already at the end of World 1. Or Round 1, sorry. That's right, here we go, the boss. Put the boss's name on screen once he shows up. So every world, the 3 Mad Bombers we've been fighting will will combine, not split, into the boss. And for some reason, this is the boss right now. This one's pretty easy, and I walked into my own blast. This is the game over screen. We'll be seeing this a lot. Assuming I actually beat the game. The password, of course, there is a master password list on... Actually, the one I use is on the mushroomkingdom.net, a fan site for Mario that's been around for God knows how long. But the interesting thing is, halfway through the game, if I want, we can just swap between Wario and Bomberman. The passwords are all inverted, and it's not like it keeps up with your score because you get a game over and... Actually, there's no score now that I realize it. You'd think Bomberman would be the type of thing to be really score-focused. Bosses in this game... Okay, I can beat this guy in, like, a few seconds, I swear. This is the only thing I'm good at in the game. Not right now, apparently. Okay, nope. Yeah, I haven't practiced in a couple days. I started falling asleep, and I overdid it. But the key... Oh, also bosses can collect power-ups. I don't think it does anything for them. But you want to make sure to get as many as you can before they do, of course. This guy, he just sticks to a straight pattern. He's pretty simple. And you only have to hit him. Okay, please? I was gonna say 3 times when it actually hit him. There we go, 3 times! I love that face he makes. What the hell is that thing supposed to be? And what is this? K? We did it! We got K question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Boss cleared. Retrieved. Kicks. Kicks. Can kick bombs around. B button will halt the kicked bombs. Okay. So, the game actually gets better as it goes on. And I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, it's just the same cutscene over and over. Wario, beware. Warp holes exist in the next battle. Is this another looping cutscene? Oh, not exactly. He walks over the text. That's cool. That's a neat little detail. Okay, well, let's keep going. Why not? And there's different music in every world. Different scenery. It's pretty nice. Especially for a monochrome game. Well, I already mentioned that we are playing this on the Game Boy Player. If you are playing on the Super Game Boy, there is actually, thanks to an accessory developed by Hudson Soft, a 4-player adapter that goes into controller slot 2, so you can actually use 5 controllers at once. There are very few games that actually support 5-player action, but this one supports 4 players. But I don't have a Super Game Boy. However, we will be seeing this at the end of the game. I will be doing the 4-player, hopefully, multiplayer. At minimum, I will have 3 people doing it, but I don't see 4 people being a problem. I actually have 6 people in mind, including myself, that would be willing to do it. So, which is a first. Because if you'll remember, in my olden days, I couldn't get a single person to play Wrecking Crew with me, which I find to be a phenomenal game. But now, any game, people are, you know, older and willing to spend more time, you know, doing pretty much anything. You know, because I am not 18 anymore, and I live a boring, normal life. I didn't hear him die, but I'm happy he died. Something you can do is stalk or camp, that's the gameplay term, the warp hole, and I've never gotten it to work, but maybe once. They will blow themselves up by warping at the wrong time, and you can hear when they're warping. There should be 3 or 4 warp holes on any given map. I don't know the game well enough, but I assume it's 4. Okay, see, the AI is not very smart. He could easily trap us down here, but he didn't. He trapped himself down there. Okay, cool. Oh, and Bomberman's side of the story, by the way, is he's trying to protect the Bomberland. Bomberland, that's the name of the place, from Wario. There's actually only a few Bomberman games, apparently, that use the name Bomberland, and this is one of them. Wario found the portal into Bomberland. Which, I mean, this might as well be canon. There is an ending to this game I've never actually seen. Here, you know what? We haven't used a warp hole yet. Let's do it. We almost never go to this side of the map. Also, I turned the game on. One of the reasons the game audio is a little lower than I guess I would normally put it intentionally is because of this sound. Because, oh my god. Okay, we need to be careful. I'm more likely to kill myself from my own bomb than anything else killing me in the game. Also, I love how they just walk back and forth. And so they just end up, you know, having a small chance of killing themselves while they are walking back and forth between 2 areas like that. Okay. Okay, now we're way too powerful. So something else we can do is just set bombs like crazy. But with the range, I am scared to do that. And, you know, maybe one day we will play more Bomberman games on the channel. We haven't demonstrated our new power. I completely forgot about it. Kicks! Huh. That was the first time I've ever halted the bomb. It's actually very useful. If you can know how to play the game correctly. But you can leave the bomb by yourself, and before it starts to blow up... We got so far, and then I had to demonstrate something stupidly. Oh well. So, what's up with you guys? That's always the first sentence where you know I've run out of game-related stuff to talk about. Which is, like I always say, not a bad thing. Just got home from taking my wife to the bone and joint doctor because she has to have surgery from, if you will remember, in one of my really old playthroughs where I talked about a rude conversation we had with our quote-unquote landlord when we lived with some friends. And the friend's family owned the house. We got into an argument. Well, my wife punched the wall after that. Well, girlfriend at the time. And put a hole in the wall and fractured her wrist. And that was 3 years ago. She is just now getting the help she needs for it. So thanks, doctors. That's okay. She has amazing insurance. I don't have any insurance. I need some insurance. In fact, they're going to cancel my car insurance because apparently I'm not allowed to do food delivery with Geico, even though, you know, there wasn't an option for, like, food delivery, so I assumed it was okay. On the website, I mean, like... And then, they told me there was an issue regarding my policy, and I was like, okay, whatever, so I contacted them like they asked, and they said, are you still doing ride sharing? I said, I've never done ride sharing. And they said, are you still doing food delivery? we know you're doing food delivery. And I'm thinking, you knew I was doing ride sharing, but that wasn't right. But I told them, yes, I thought that would not be a problem. And then I asked them, okay, they said, well, I have to cancel your policy. And I said, okay, can I get a policy that allows for food delivery? And they said, no. And I said, then what are people in my position supposed to do? And like any good representative for a company, she said, use a different company. Yeah, if you did that when I used to work at Pizza Hut, if you would tell like an upset customer who was being irate to go to Domino's, you were supposed to get fired. Of course, nobody ever got fired for that. I never told anybody to go to Domino's. I liked dealing with irate customers. You know, that's kind of what the Mad Bombers remind me of. They just... because they're so angry and they're blowing stuff up and there doesn't seem to be a purpose to it. I don't think they're on Bomberman's side. When you're playing as Bomberman, apparently the Mad Bombers they're the same sprites as Wario, except sometimes with slightly darker for some reason. I don't know why, but it is implied that they take the form of Wario when they join his side, which makes no sense. Like, you're not going to get confused if you're playing as Bomberman, right? You're not going to think the ones you're not controlling are you. I mean, I feel like 3 Warios is a little more confusing. But whatever, there's no need to nitpick that part of the game. Oh, who made these sprites, I wonder? Nintendo or Hudson? That's not too fascinating. Later today, I'm going to my hometown to hang out with my pal Justin, so shout out to Justin. And, because I haven't hung out with him. We hang out like once or twice a year, usually on each other's birthdays. But this is not a birthday, and we're actually hanging out. First time in forever. That sound means we only have 30 seconds left. So let's try to wrap this up, shall we? I don't even care if I die at this... Okay, great. We're both poisoned. Oh, yes. If I can trap him down here, that would be excellently amazing. Yes, I did it. That was an expert tactic right there. And I'm also going to hang out with my mom and my niece and maybe a little bit of my dad. We'll see. I kept feeling like I was in a rush and maybe I didn't have time to record this. And then I remembered. It's not like I'm, you know, like, oh, do I have time before work? This is, do I have time before a casual social interaction? So I get stressed out about stuff like this for no reason. Jeez. Today is March 15th, the Ides of March. Today, the second part of the Kirby's Dream Course multiplayer goes up on my channel. That's exciting. I always thought the Ides of March, because I always remembered it from that Julius Caesar story, you know. I thought the Ides of March was March 14th. Forever. So what does March 14th signify? I thought it was a special date. Because, you know, I have special days that stick in my brain. So did something happen to me on March 14th? I think I also used to think March 14th was St. Patrick's Day, but that's the 17th, and I know that now because that's one of my niece's birthdays. Not the niece I'm going to see, even though her birthday's coming up. She wants an Amazon gift card. I'm just going to hand her $25. I used to get her, like, full-price Switch games and DS games for $50. But... you know, I can't afford to do that for all my nieces and nephews, so she just kind of gets downgraded. That's okay. Her parents make 6 figures each, and I make... well, let's, I guess, have the obligatory conversation about gas prices right now. Oh my god. Because gas is $4 a gallon where I live, and normally it's 2 something. And I'm a delivery driver. So, now, almost a third of my money I make goes to gas. That's not good. So, I can't calculate how much I make in a year. Because I was going to tell you, I'd say normally it's 30,000 or less. We are walking really slowly. I think I stacked the poison. Because that's ridiculously slow. I was going to say earlier, I don't know how I feel about the power-ups in this game, you know, not just being default abilities, because they don't feel like power-ups. They feel like intricacies that make the game more interesting, and it just feels kind of boring for a while. Like, Kicks is cool of a power-up, but, I mean, it just kind of feels like it should already be there. After you play World 1, you know, you're like, oh, well, okay, why couldn't I have done this before? And I guess you could say that about a lot of games and a lot of power-up systems. And, you know, that'd be fair. So I wouldn't call it a complaint. It just feels dry replaying worlds before you get new power-ups. After you get... The replayability makes it bland. That's what I'm trying to say. Put this guy's name on the screen. I don't know why I did that, because we are trying to focus on the power-ups. Okay, don't get... He's gonna get it. He took it from us. I don't like this boss fight, because... Oh, it actually did hurt him. Okay. This is risky. Okay, sometimes it hits him and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know what the... See? I feel like it never hits him... Oh, it's if he's stopped. He has to be stopped for it to work. I get it. And oh my god, we had one hit left. Boop. Yes, I will continue. And you can skip most of these little, not the boss cutscenes, but all the little, like telling you what stage it is and how many enemies there are. And then the win, lose, draw screen, you can skip that too. Alright. Stay. Okay. Perfect. So, I guess we just block him in. Damn it. And that was not smart. I forgot he can move through the blocks because he's floating in midair. Presumably? Right? Because he's a top. Wait. No, that means he's not floating in midair. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Alright, how we doing? Let's do this. That's not going to work. Okay, we had him trapped in the corner before, and that was perfect. So can we recreate that? That'd be great. Come on. Oh, yes. I don't know. See, he was moving, so why'd that one work? And that one didn't. Oh, his thing moves so quickly, and we move so slowly. But it's okay, though, because when you get a game over, it doesn't affect anything. You'll go back to the stage you were on. Especially at a boss, it affects nothing, because you don't lose, you know, your best 2 out of 3 progress. Like, okay, well, it's not progress if you lose a bunch and then get a game over, so I guess never mind that. So that is a huge plus to this game, I would say. Okay. Please. Nope. Nope. Oh, damn it. Alright. We cannot outspeed it. Well, okay, why did that one work? Oh, because he was stopping? I don't actually know, honestly. D? Oh, D. KD. Question mark. That already can't spell an English word. So what's with the letter theming for the power-ups? It could have been a symbol or... I don't know. I didn't mean to skip that song before. Dashin'. Holding the B button down and pressing the direction pad boosts your speed. Why did they spell out direction pad? But yes, there's a run button. Wario beware. Bomb guiding blocks could help or hinder in the next fight. But I guess we'll be seeing those next time. Does the game continue if I don't press anything? It does. Okay. We're going to pause here, and I will see you in the next video. I'm LP Master 6.